Hey everyone, today is a little bit of a different day in my life. I just wanted to do this video because I know that there's some parents out there and some people who have lost their sight recently who are kind of feeling a little bit unsure about the future and what their children or what they might be capable of themselves. And a lot of my peers with vision impairment feel very uncomfortable about being called an inspiration just for doing daily tasks. And I get that. I don't like it much either, but I think that it is something that's important to understand as a parent of someone with a vision impairment or as a person who has recently lost their vision, that you can still be capable, or your child can still be capable of doing day-to-day tasks without it being so much of an inspiration. But if you take inspiration from this video, then I'm okay with that. It's not anything to do with my ego. I really don't care what you think. And there's a lot of people in the comments who are calling me ugly and whatever. And there was one that thought I was a porn star, which is interesting. But it's more to do with encouraging you or your child to live a normal life and do the everyday things despite having vision loss. And we are going to do some farm stuff because I have a farm with horses and cows and all that kind of stuff. The washing is done, and on the line behind me. Is it perfect? No, probably not, but it's out, it dries. I've never had a problem with the way that I hang my washing out, and I think that sometimes we need to realize that things are not always going to be neat and tidy and perfect. Even if you're a sighted person, they're not going to always be neat and tidy and perfect, but as long as they're functional, let's have a bit of a engineer mind here. If they're functional and they work, who really cares? You really need to get rid of that stick that's up your bum if you're worried about that kind of thing. So there you go. That's how I hang the washing in. Sometimes, or out I should say, sometimes I'm a little bit lazy and I don't make life easy for myself. So I could have actually gone around and grabbed all the pegs and put them in my pocket like I do sometimes when I remember. Didn't do that this time because I'm on camera and, you know, things happen. And also a lot of people have, have sock, it's very, very windy and cold out here, have like sock things that hold the socks together so you don't get the socks mixed up. I'm always getting socks mixed up. I don't care. If you're someone that does care, or you care for your child, getting the same coloured socks in different textures is a really good idea for knowing which socks match. So if you get all black socks in one certain texture, like maybe it's a fluffier wool texture, and all your white socks are more of a cotton texture, then it's a lot easier to tell when you can't see them which socks match which other socks. I don't do that because I'm a bit stupid. And I'm always messing up socks. I do have a little bit of sight as well, so that does help, but certainly hanging out the clothes today, I had no feeling in my hands because it's freezing and I'm pretty sure I messed it up. But I always try and hang the socks together when I'm hanging them out, so that when I bring them in, all I've got to do is fold them up all the way. I also, when I bring the washing in, fold it as I go, then I can just put it away when I get inside. That's not a vision impaired thing, that's just a me thing. I know lots of other people that aren't vision impaired that do it that way, and I know lots of people that are vision impaired that do it other ways. So there you go. That's the whole spiel on the washing. How boring, but that's how it is. So let's get into some fun stuff now. So that wasn't so exciting, just me picking up manure. But I wanted to show that because it seems like people with a vision impairment in particular have been put into boxes, and people are told that the only employment, I was told this too, the only employment we can go into is either office work or music or counselling. That's really the only options they give. I have friends that are journalists, and I'm a get out of the system farmer, and this is what I do. So you can see down there is the wood chips, and then it comes up to the manure, and then we're going to cover the manure in wood chips to stop the weeds coming up, and the manure is going to act as the layer of nitrogen. The wood chips are the carbon, so we actually need carbon to survive. Just think about that for a minute. Anyway, I just wanted to show that some of us get our hands dirty and we wheel wheelbarrows around. There's a wheelbarrow there that I just emptied, and pick up horse manure and do all the dirty jobs as well. So there you go.